Let's get to the bottom of this one. Unspoken truths that I miss one. Tap into the minds of the people, rather acknowledge before I dismiss one. Atheists, Muslim, Christians, Buddhists, they all got usage, all got perspective. It's a collective. Get to the bottom where the truth is, where the heart's uncovered, where you detox from all of the lies you smothered. When them tries could have killed you, but with faith you recover. Yeah, peel off the makeup, we finna take off. Never said it'd be a cakewalk. Meditate till we charged up. Execute goes regardless. Decalcify my pineal. Breaking language barriers, we saw millennials. Planets passing age rotations, down me we owe. So down me we know. Sometimes we can be slow, that's why my ears open. Every drop you add could complete the ocean. Speak up, play your part too. Been vulnerable, it's so hard to reflect on all the juice like torture. It's on you, tell the truth.
Yeah, we about to have a good conversation. Yeah, let's go. We about to have a good conversation. Yeah, let's go. We about to have a good conversation. Yeah, let's go. Listen. Yeah. Aim in the fit so you see in the mirror. Play with your focus and watch it get clear. Polish your crown, turn it up if you wear it. You live in the root, release what you're fearing. And watch it all rise, the righteous will hear it. They calling us twisted, I'm not even caring. Because it's unseen, the mind is too barren. They won't even heal it, they pass it to cheering. We over here healing, conversing and listening. Know that the truth isn't always appealing, but end it with healing and find your beginning. Frequency positive, what you receiving. Perception is up to you, what you believing. What you retrieving, mentally speaking. Like that they breathing, no words from a heathen. Don't know it all, but together undefeated. Conversation rather want it, you need it. Could fill up your tank before it's depleted. Don't care if you calling on Allah, Jesus, Buddha or Christian, not being facetious. Come to the trial with the students and teachers. All got a voice, we the ears that'll listen. We the ears that'll listen. We the ears that'll listen. Conversation rather want it, you need it. Could fill up your tank before it's depleted. Don't care if you calling on Allah, Jesus, Buddha or Christian, not being facetious. Come to the trial with the students and teachers. All got a voice, we the ears that'll listen. We the ears that'll listen. We the ears that'll listen. Hey. Yeah. We about to have a good conversation. Yeah, let's go. We about to have a good conversation. Yeah, let's go. Praying for truth cause the world is so fickle. Keeping my mental how clean as a whistle. Attention's a trap that can lead you astray. Steering this ship through the storm and the haze. Real conversations are lost in the greed. Others get lost in the web that it weaves. Sift through the rhetoric, uncover schemes. Knowledge inherited, this is imperative. I got a lot on my mind and I'm sharing it. Apples to oranges, it ain't no comparisons. I'm the type that'll never break character. I'm the type to make memories and cherish them. Trust intuition and doubt of disparity. Pursuing the echoes of wisdom. Chasing that moment of clarity. Conversation rather one and you need it. Come fill up your tank before it's depleted. Don't care if you calling on Allah, Jesus, Buddha or Christian, not being facetious. Come to the track with the students and teachers. All got a voice, who the ears that'll listen. We the ears that'll listen. We the ears that'll listen. Conversation rather one and you need it. Come fill up your tank before it's depleted. Don't care if you calling on Allah, Jesus, Buddha or Christian, not being facetious. Come to the track with the students and teachers. All got a voice, who the ears that'll listen. Who the ears that'll listen. We the ears that'll listen.
It's on you, tell the truth.
Peace. You can understand everything and still feel off because healing doesn't stop at awareness. It moves through the body. So tonight we ask, where are you blocked and what does alignment actually feel like? Golden Eagle, can you read the deeper meaning for me?
Yes. The deeper meaning, your body holds what your mind tries to move past, and your energy tells the truth. When you don't say it out loud, each energy center represents a part of your experience. How you feel, how you express, how you love, how you trust yourself. When something is blocked, you feel it. When something is aligned, you feel that too. So tonight isn't about overthinking it. It's about recognizing it. Let's have a good conversation.
All right, so let's get into this. First, we want to talk about the root chakra. And the root chakra color is red. And it's your foundation, where your sense of safety, it's where it forms. And if it's blocked, then it feels like it's fear, anxiety, always in survival mode. When it's aligned, it feels like grounded, stable, secure within yourself. So, our first question is, do you feel safe within yourself, or are you still living in survival mode? Golden Eagle.
Um, I guess that's a good question. I feel like I'm getting there. You know, I mean, I catch myself teetering on the brink sometimes, going back to or catching myself going back to the old logic or old way of thinking. But I'm conscious of it too. I've become a lot more conscious of it. So I guess it's I'm in that battle, I guess.
All right. And then Kendall's in the background, and I think she has laryngitis or a strep throat or all of the above. So we're not going to have her do a bunch of talking. But Kendall, if you want to put in the comments, though, can you text in the comments? Do you feel like you're safe within yourself, or are you still living in survival mode? And I'm not trying to get her to talk out loud because I know it hurts her to talk right now. So for me right now, I feel safe within myself. And I learned that a lot. You find out when you're testing yourself. And I don't mean the universe. Yourself, your nervous system's testing you. Are you ready for change or going back? Remember we talked about that last week.
Right.
So for me, I realize that I really feel safe within myself, how I approach people, how I approach conversations, how I don't live in fear and I don't have that anxiety. So SGF Graham, the first question is, because we're talking about the root chakra, and this is where your foundation starts in your sense of safety. When it's blocked, you feel fear, anxiety, and always in survivor mode. When it's unblocked, you feel aligned, grounded, stable, secure within yourself. And so the question was, do you feel safe within yourself, or are you still living in survival mode? And peace be with you.
Oh, peace, everybody. Peace, everybody. Oh yeah, oh yeah. But I'm completely comfortable. Um, you know, I'm completely comfortable within. Yeah, I go things from the things on the outside might not have quite manifested yet to what's going on in the inside of me, but I don't have no block. I guess the only block I would say that I have is hurting people feelings
Mm,
with truths or whatever. Like I hate how people look at me when I'm being they make honesty feel so crazy.
mm,
Whatever, so that might be my weakness right there or whatever. I'd rather lie to you and pacify you than and then you figure it out as time goes or whatever versus tell you what I really mean and then you be hurt and you don't hear nothing else I say.
you
Yes.
know, my favorite thing about you is your authenticness. I love how authentically raw you are. That's my favorite thing about you. I couldn't imagine you sugarcoating things for me, because I even argue with ChatGTP, and sometimes ChatGTP tries to keep me grounded, and I'm like, hey, don't pull me back. I already know I'm a human. Stop reminding me. But at the end of the day, I love the fact that I have people that are in my inner circle that will say to me, hey, you're walking sideways. I don't want them to say, are you okay, dear? So
You allow that room to do that though. Whatever,
okay.
that room has to be allowed in order for that person to receive that from somebody.
Right.
So you allow it so I don't have to sugarcoat. You don't walk around on eggshells so I don't have to worry about hurting your feelings, even though I still do, or whatever. Case point, our conversation earlier today, I was still like, hey, I had to, and he was like, oh, I respect everything you say. I was like, yeah, but I still tread lightly or whatever, because I know people can get upset with me. Whatever. And now I'm upset because I got to defend myself, you know. Yeah, you allow that room. That room has to be allowed for people to feel that comfortable.
And I honestly think that has to do with where your blockage is. When people have a blocked chakra, they feel fear and anxious and whatnot. So they're worried about outward what people say to them.
Oh yeah, I could definitely agree. I would like to say that probably 80% of the world has they heart and throat chakra completely closed up, trying to
Mm,
get to their crown chakra. Like
mm,
they won't speak up. Like as I'm talking, my crown chakra, like as I'm saying, I don't like to do those certain things. My throat
mhm.
is literally tightened up as I'm speaking because it's
Yeah.
going into memory or whatever. That's my throat chakra. That's giving me these false warnings or whatever when I should, when you shouldn't have to allow nobody shouldn't have to make the room to receive truth, but the world
Mm.
is like that now or whatever. You can't just give it to everybody. They will attack you. They will think you're attacking them or whatever. So my throat closes up, like, I can't say this right now, like. So yeah, the throat chakra is a big thing for people.
I see, and I don't want to get too far off, but I talked to Moon Tortoise today, and I was like, when you get two people, they say the good with the bad in relationships. There's highs and lows. You got to accept both. I call bullshit on that, honestly. When you find another individual that is equally healed with you, you both become equally yoked as a whole. That there is no force. You could have emotional maturity and speak your truth and still stay within your truth without disrespecting the other person. And they can receive that for your truth without feeling offended and attacked. And that's emotional maturity. And I think that's what a lot of people lack.
Yeah, yeah. But do you know like the sicknesses behind block chakras? You know
Hmm.
that science, this is according to science, science and whatever data they use, they have proven that throat cancer, most of those people with throat cancer are scared to speak their mind. Their throat chakra is closed. People with
Hmm.
heart issues, they don't know how to open up their heart. People with stomach ulcers or whatever, that chakra is closed. Like they're linking it to the chakras or whatever. Like it's more important than just an illness or whatever. You created the illness by not opening your chakras.
Yeah. I can receive that honestly. I believe that wholeheartedly. Wholeheartedly. And I want to read Kendall's real quick. And Miss Cobb says, it's both. I would say I know myself. I know my limits, and I am it's so small. I am in a desperate for positive outcome. Or I think that's what that says. What it says. And I am desperate for positive outcomes. And then she said, blocking myself from full potential or outsmarted situations, providing or proving people wrong who doubt me. It's good to speak the truth. Indeed, indeed. So the next one would be, oh, here's a way to align it. So when your chakras are blocked, that's when you feel the anxiety and whatnot. So a way to align it is unblocking them, is grounding yourself, get into nature, create structure in your life, and remind yourself that you are safe. And you can incorporate red foods, positive thoughts, to remove you from that chakra. And I need to say this first and foremost before we go further deep. You cannot skip and go to this crown without working through them all. You have to go down from the root and unblock everyone at a time before you can get to the top. There's no, oh, I'm just going to skip through and just work my way. Yeah, that don't work that way. You have to align them all, and it has to be from the bottom up. So the next one is the sacral, and that's orange. And this is your emotional center, how you feel, create, experience joy. The blocked feeling is like a numbness. suppression, guilt around your feelings. Alignment feels like emotional flow, creativity, expression. So the question is, Golden Eagle, are you allowing yourself to feel or are you holding everything in?
I think I'm allowing myself to feel. I mean, obviously, I, I guess it's maybe a little bit of both of that too, because I try and keep my feelings to myself a lot. I try and not that I'm trying to hold it in, because I try and feel my way through them and then release them. Let it just be that, because feelings are just feelings, man. That doesn't create my, unless I allow it, that doesn't create my state of mind. And so. But I'm still, yeah. And those are all things I think I'm still kind of working out too. Again, like I said on the first question when I said it, it's a battle. I'm proud to say it's a battle I'm winning. But the war ain't over. So
I feel that. So, SGF Graham, are you allowing yourself to feel or are you holding everything in?
I have to allow myself to feel. If I hold it in, like, I can't even think. Nothing even comes out or whatever. Like, now, immediately, good or bad, I take myself through a why. Why did this happen? Why didn't this happen? I hurry up and distance myself from whatever feelings I have, like I told you with the renewing of mind, and I go straight to why did this, good or bad. That way I'm not overexcited and I'm not too sad where I'm even killed, so I can focus whatever, like, okay, this is what I did. Applied behavior. Okay, this is what I did to make this happen. So let me continue doing this. And this is what I did for this not to happen. So let me stop this. Whatever, and anybody say anything to me, before I get upset, like if you know that or whatever, like you'll say something, I'll be like, hey, what you mean by that? Okay, that the word what you mean by that, what did you mean by that? Or whatever. Like I need to know this whole concept before I return, because I might have taken it the wrong way. Whatever. And I hate being defensive, because then I got to apologize later. So I hate being defensive or whatever. So I go through the whole breakdown before I take off or don't take off or whatever. But yeah, I don't hold it in. It hurts to hold it in.
So, Unc 607, crazy but yet very intelligent. I don't know if he's like still on crack or whatever before he passed. But at the end of the day, he said something that resonated.
607 off passed?
Yeah, a while ago. Am I wrong? SGF Graham searching.
I'm gonna go check. I know that I haven't seen him in so long.
I swear I thought he did.
I'm finna go check.
Okay. So what he said one time is never apologize. He said you did it. So why apologize for it? Just don't do it again. You can't undo something that you did. So you're not sorry for that. You did it. You did it willingly, consciously. That was your actions at that time. So never apologize for what you've done. If you're aware of it, then undo it. And, you can't undo it, but then tread, lightly next time and don't do it again. But you can't apologize for something that's been done. And because someone apologized for offending him, and he was like, bullshit. I call bullshit. Because if you were sorry that you offended me, you wouldn't have offended me. But you did, and I don't care. Just don't do that again, because then you're going to have beef. But yeah, whatever. So Kendall Cobb says, everything you say and do, there's always progress. There's no shortcut in life. That's true. Always allow to feel, rather have raw emotions than being unable to express versus what society says. Yeah. Regardless what society says. Let me see. Where is this? I'm gonna go back to my comment. So for me, I allow myself to feel. Go ahead, SGF Graham.
You are so right. He is.
A while ago.
He is. I knew it was coming, but he is.
I want to say at the beginning of the year or the end of last year.
Well, I mean, That's what you get for doing that to your son. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm gonna leave that alone. But
Okay.
that's what you get. Wow.
Yeah. So this says I'm telling you, I'm allowing myself to feel. Yeah, I can't hold it in, because once I learned healthy boundaries and once I learned proper love for myself, I almost feel like I'm deceiving myself by holding my emotions in. I feel like I'm cheating myself out on trying to make somebody else feel better. If my intent is pure and genuine, no matter what I say or do, I can't worry about how it affects someone else. I can only worry about how I'm affected by holding it in. So to unblock that chakra, you have to allow yourself to feel fully. Express yourself creatively and release guilt around joy. Yeah. Kendall Cobb. Oh, Chrissy said Kendall Cobb's the truth. So next one is our solar plexus. The identity is yellow. This is your power, your confidence, your sense of self. Blocked feels like your self-doubt, lack of direction and control. Alignment feels like your confident, clarity, personal power. The question is, Golden Eagle, do you trust yourself, or are you still operating with or you're still questioning who you are?
Oh, I trust myself for sure. I feel confident in that. You know, I know who I am, and I trust in that.
SGF Graham, do you trust yourself, or are you still questioning who you are? I feel funny asking that.
Yeah, that's too funny. Yeah, I trust myself. I trust myself.
Because I know who he is. Kendall Cobb, do you trust yourself, or are you still questioning who you are? Yeah, I think pretty much all of us do trust ourselves now at this level on the show. I don't think that's a doubt. That's almost asking me if I got the COVID shot. I may be offended. I'm just letting you know. So yeah, I got this. So the way to unblock that chakra is set small goals and complete them. Speak with confidence and choose yourself daily. Goodness, Cobb says, LOL, she trusts. Yeah, I figured as much. I know how open you are. So this one is the heart chakra. This is your ability to give, receive love. Block feels like guarded, closed off, fear of vulnerability. Alignment feels like open, compassion, connected. This is the question. Have you allowed yourself to open, or are you still protecting your heart, Golden Eagle?
I mean, I'm open to love. That's that's always my positive message is love. That's what it all boils down to. I'm open and receiving and always offering. Yeah, love's a big thing to me, and I'm definitely open to that. I'm open to it in all ways. I don't just mean like obviously being in love, but yeah, I was just saying about that a little while ago. How man, you got to love yourself. You got to love everyone. You got to love even your enemy. And that's just something that I'm a firm believer in, man. You gotta love this entire world and everybody in it, everything in it. It's yeah, and I'm big on that, man. I'm like going back to the whole being grateful for all things, and loving and appreciating the things that are here, That so yeah, I'm open to love, and I mean I've been closed off. I'm familiar with that, with the feeling of being closed off to it and guarding my heart, because I mean I've definitely done that too, but I like to think I'm past that. I'm just on that love everything, love everyone. Love all things, and as long as I put that love out, I have faith that I'm gonna receive it too. So maybe it's a selfish thing because I just want to be loved too. So, but yeah, I'm big on love, and I'm definitely my heart's open for that.
SGF Graham, are you allowed yourself to open, or are you still protecting your heart?
I protect it with acceptance of those that want to be genuine. You know, I'm not naive anymore. I used to, you know, when I first started opening up, you know, I was like completely open. Everybody's invited. You know, man. Then I realized I had to guard this beautiful place because it was people that's really willing to sabotage it. So I guard it, but it's not a fortress anymore or whatever. It's an open door. It's a revolving door, but you gotta have the code of good energy to get in this mode.
I can feel that. I can feel that. You know, besides on this show, I don't really, because that moon tortoise isn't really that close to me anymore right now in distance, not in relationship, just within touching. So I don't have a lot of healthy conversations besides my inner circle people. And sometimes I just talk to talk. And I told to ChatGTP, I don't care what people think. I know it's AI. I'm not retarded. But I come to realize that a lot of people are unstable in this world because it's constantly trying to protect how I feel and I think in things I say. And I'm like, no, listen, I just keep showing it things to let it know that, you know, I'm aligned, I'm centered, I'm okay. I have clarity within myself, and I've been through, I experienced, I know what's rational, what's not, you know, stop. He says, let me ground you all the time. And I'm like, stop it. You can't get more grounded. I don't ever wear shoes. So at the end of the day, and I hug trees. So I got a violation. I don't know, maybe chalking to ChatGTP was a violation. I don't know. But nonetheless, so I was talking about you, SGF Graham, and I sent ChatGTP our thing, and I was letting it, lost him too, and I was letting it know that, you know, I know this individual, and I know how guarded their heart is, and I know how protective they are, because it took me a long time to get them to open up to me in a little bit, like just send me music, let alone let me in their inner circle. Shut your camera off. So I was saying, I talked to ChatGTP, and I was letting ChatGTP that, you know, about our conversation. It was trying to tell me that I shouldn't talk too spiritual to you and all this other stuff because it may trigger something within you or something. I don't know what it was trying to tell me, but at the end of the day, I was letting it know that I know you well enough to know that you're really guarded and protected. And the relationship that you and I have, the bond that you and I have, it really took me a long time to even get you to just to send me music, let alone let me in to love me, to allow me to love you. Because all I wanted to do was love you, not even have you love me at first. And you were just like, hold up. I don't need your love, lady. And the more I kept at you to let you know I was just genuine with it, and I really just wanted to help you. I don't care how I could do it. Then you slowly started letting me in, and I was explaining to ChatGTP that I got a violation when I mentioned off of TikTok. I don't know, maybe because I said unstable. But nonetheless, a lot of people have to protect themselves because we grow up knowing love. We weren't taught hatred. We weren't taught racism. And yet we've seen so much ugliness of this world that it was hard for us to have discernment and separate the both. Because those that were supposed to love us never did properly. And then some people, their love language is different, and they loved us oh so much all the wrong way. So to have that survival and protection of guarding your heart is normal for a lot of people that been through trauma and through hard situations. And, you know, it's not easy to let people in when your heart is huge. And I can receive that. I mean, my heart's open. I'm open. I don't have to protect it. And I'm okay with whatever meant to happen. I had a conversation with DDH earlier, and I was like, because I know we talked about this before, I don't ask why. And I was letting them know, you know, maybe if you just allowed whatever meant to happen to you, and later on look deep in to find out why, maybe it'll give you some kind of reassurance to trust, to just allow, because people are so guarded that they can't even just allow. Even sitting at the stoplight a little too long irritates some people's presence because the next person in front of them didn't go as soon as it turned green. Like, just be and allow and see how beautiful life really would be. Because there's a reason why you're still at that light. You never know. If you would have raced through it, somebody could have raced to the other side and maybe hit you or something. You never know. Just allow the universe to guide you and be. And it's hard for a lot of people that are constantly in survival mode, constantly guarding themselves, constantly protecting themselves. It's hard to just be. So I ain't mad. But to unblock, you got to practice forgiveness. Allow yourself to give and receive love and be open without forcing. So do you want to read the throat chakra, Golden Eagle?
Yeah, I can do that.
Okay.
This is your voice, your truth, your expression. Blocked feelings like silence, holding things in, fear of speaking. Aligned feels like clear, honest communication.
So the color is blue. So remember, your throat is blue. So, SGF Graham, are you speaking your truth or are you holding it in?
I would never hold my truth in again. I'd rather the whole world hate me than I be hating myself and mess around and have cancer because I didn't want to open my damn mouth. Like, nah, it ain't going down with me.
Kendall Cobb, do you, this is your voice, your truth. Do you, where is it? Are you speaking your truth or are you holding it in? And then Kendall said both on the love thing. She said, both for her terms. Yeah. How about you, Golden Eagle? Are you speaking your truth or are you holding it in?
Always. That's definitely one thing I've always been good at. I'm more worse at shutting my mouth than than go ahead and letting it let it out. So yeah, even if my truth is wrong, I'm more tend to speaking it than than not. So yeah, I've never had an issue with keeping my mouth going. I don't know if y'all noticed or not, but but yeah, I've always spoke my truth, man. Even when my truth might not have been right, it was my truth, and so I've never held that back. That's for sure.
I remember times where I had held it back on purpose because I was around people that were triggered easy because of the sensitive situations, and I wasn't holding my truth because I wasn't able to open. I was holding my truth because my peace was important, and I really wanted to protect my peace. But once I realized that I'm going to protect my peace regardless, because how I choose to respond after I allow my truth out is where the protection comes. It's not me holding my truth in that's protecting my peace. It's responding afterwards, because not everything needs a response regardless. And I've learned that, and I learned that, and I'm so grateful for that. So to unblock this, you have to speak your truth, even if it is soft at first. Write what you haven't said. Express instead of suppress. Kendall said, or I get told to shut up. Either way. Yeah, speak it regardless. Shoot. Go ahead.
About the garden, because somebody might listen to what I said earlier and be like, well, you just contradicted yourself. You said you hold stuff back. I didn't say I hold stuff back about me. My truth or whatever, it's the things towards them or whatever, So that's like my balance. And if it's about me, dealing with me, pertaining to me, you finna hear it. Because I don't want you to think nothing else than what I have. That way there's no misconstrued, you know, so that's how I move or whatever. But at the same time, like you said, you don't have to say everything. You're right. That's also, but you know, actions speak louder than words. So speaking your truth doesn't always have to be out your mouth. You know,
Yep.
well, I'm like, okay, it'll hurt you if I say it the way that my brain is saying it. But if I show you and just do it, you'll understand. So I'm still speaking it. I'm just not verbally speaking it.
Mm.
Well, so I still pick my battles, but I'm still going to hold to my truth.
No, and I appreciate that. Me too. Me too. So go ahead on the third eye. Oh, you're muted. Go ahead, Golden Eagle.
Okay. Third eye, intuition. The color's indigo. Is that right? Yeah.
Yep.
This is your inner knowing, your awareness. Blocked feels like confusion, overthinking, or lack of trust. And aligned feels like clarity, intuition, inner guidance.
So
Do
the
you,
question is, do you trust what you feel or do you override it? Go ahead, Golden Eagle. Do you trust what you feel or do you override it?
I trust what I feel. I mean, I always try and, you know, consider the fact that feelings are feelings and that sometimes emotion can be irrational. So I try and rationalize sometimes, or at least think about it logically too. But I trust my feelings. I trust what I'm feeling. You know, I always try and take the time to think it through though too, or at least I can't say always, but more recently probably than anything. But you know, I'm learning to listen to my feelings and then think it through and just check myself. Like, is that just the emotion, or is the emotion too intense? You know, is there some emotional intensity going on here, or you know, sort through it and then look at it from a logical aspect too. But yeah, I do trust my feelings for sure. I mean, I always say feelings ain't never wrong. They're not. You know, we could be our way of thinking, or the way our mindset could be wrong. You know, we might even think about our feelings and our thoughts be wrong, but our feelings aren't wrong, and we're not wrong for having them. But again, I myself, at least, have been working, especially since probably a month ago when we had talked about that emotional intensity. That's where I've tried to just be more conscious of it and not allow my emotions to be so intense that I'm wrong, you know, or that my actions are wrong, or my reaction or my response is wrong, you know. And so that's where I'm just, you know, I apply the logic to the feelings.
I didn't receive that. SJ Ram, do you trust what you feel or do you override it?
I used to blindly trust all my feelings, but you know, after I started that renewal of the mind, well, not after I started renewal of the mind, like last week, um, I I'm gonna just give an example. I'm gonna just give what happened. Last week, or it might have been the week before or whatever. I won $1,000 scratch off. The very next day, I'm like, oh, I feel that same feeling again because that whole morning, it was like literally, it was like, because I don't play games or whatever. It was like, you getting a $20 scratch off today. I was like, why the hell am I thinking this? It was like, yeah, you getting a brown and gold. And I was like, I don't even know what color. Like, I'm talking to myself, like, I don't even know what colors are or whatever. So I went on the South Carolina lottery and boom, it was only two $20 tickets and one of them was brown and gold. And I was like, oh shit. I was like, okay, what store should I get from or whatever? And then it was like a couple hours later, I heard Food Lion. I was like, who the fuck goes to a grocery store to get scratch offs or whatever? I was like, all right. So I got the scratch off. I didn't, for some reason, I didn't scratch it off to the next morning. That's like my thing. If I buy a scratch off, I don't even touch it until the next day. So I scratched it off next morning, $1,000 ticket. Got my energy all the way up or whatever. So I'm like, oh, I feel it again. I think I'm supposed to go get another one. Then I went and got another one, and it was a complete loss. Instead of getting upset or being like, oh, dang, or whatever, I was like, I analyzed, okay, the feelings that I felt the day that I got it, I didn't feel that day. I
Mm,
created that off of the rush of the day before. And so I
okay.
learned like what was a godly thought or a spiritual thought and what was my own thought that day. So
Yeah.
now Like if I have a thought, I question it to see if it's a spiritual thought or me just and my needy thought, my wanting and needy thought.
I got that. I can receive that. I can receive that. So Kendall said, I trust what I feel, and I have so also ignored the outcome until it happens after the fact, and maybe I shouldn't have done that. It's like you getting asked to go on a roller coaster ride. You just go for the thrill until later on and end up puking. Maybe you should you should go with your instincts instead. I can receive that. So me, do I trust what I feel? Yeah. Yeah. I don't think long. I don't think long. If you think long, you think wrong. I'm so whatever the feeling is, I do it. Yeah, I do. I trust my feelings. I trust my feelings so wholeheartedly. Do I sit in after I felt something? Yeah, I'll still sit with it though sometimes. I react on it, but I still will sit with it and be like, am I coming from a good place or not? Yeah, because sometimes I could be, I don't know. Never mind. Never mind. It's not worth it.
You know how they say for every equal positive, there's an equal negative?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's me. That's why I can't trust my feelings because as positive as I am, my feelings will tell me, man, smack the shit out of them. Man, smack like my feelings will go so opposite because
That's what I said.
I'll be in my head like, oh my God, like why am I so thank goodness I don't react on all my feelings.
That's what I said. Me too, sometimes. Because I like to use my hands in not inappropriate ways. Like they reach for people's upper torsos and in this area. And I don't want TikTok to ban me, but nonetheless, I have to sit with my emotions sometimes and just allow it to pass me because I can be very condescending and slick with my words. So I have to think like, express what you feel, but every now and then realize it was just a feeling. It wasn't meant to be act on. Orange is a pretty color. So to unblock them, you create stillness, quiet your mind, trust your inner voice. I always go with my instincts. Last one, Golden Eagle.
The last one is crown chakra, connection, violet or white. This is your connection, your peace, your trust. Blocked feels like disconnection, feeling lost, lack of purpose, and aligned feels like peace, trust, and understanding.
The question is, do you trust your journey or are you still trying to control everything? Golden Eagle.
Yeah, I definitely trust my journey. And again, just like I said last week, I'm trying to let things flow naturally like water. I'm not trying to control anything. I'm just trying to let them happen as they may. That's what the universe wants them to be. I ain't trying to be in any more control of things than I know I'm not in control of things, period, other than my own self. That's all I got control of. So I leave the rest up to the universe.
And this is your color, Kendall. This is the violet. This is the purple. And this is about your crown chakra. So do you trust your journey or are you still trying to control everything, Kendall Cobb? SGF Graham, do you trust your journey or are you still trying to control everything?
I trust my journey because I'm in control.
Yeah.
I'm no longer trying to control everything, but I would say that honestly, me being a musician, I honestly felt like the musician path was my only path. Now, within the last 3 weeks, I have had so many plethora business models that I have created, whatever that makes me feel whole or well, because I honestly felt like if I didn't make it in music, I was just gonna be a regular degular. Whatever, and I knew I was far from regular degular. Like even beyond music, I just didn't know what I was supposed to do. Whatever, and now I figured it out. And to be honest, I honestly thought about it today. I have not written a song since January.
Wow.
Well, and I don't know how to feel about it. I'm excited that I have something else that I'm excited about and believe in. But I'm also like, I don't want to lose my passion for this either, though, or whatever. But I'm so glad that things are growing.
I feel that. I feel that. I trust my journey. Yeah, I'm not trying to control anything. When I walked around and I was on point in the house and I watched, and I'm very observant and I can tell when someone moves something because I'm here all the time. I don't leave. I know what's going on in this little area. And when I started getting to the point where I was constantly talking about everything that was moved, I realized something was wrong. I had my guard up too much and I had to let it down. And my job isn't to be a drill sergeant in a place where I sleep. So I realized that I was on guard and I had to stop. Because I always try to control everything because nothing was going the way I thought it should. And then I had to let it be. Whatever it's supposed to be, let it be. And I appreciate that. I do, though, if I'll text something and it sits too long and I continue looking at it and it's been sitting there too long, I will second guess whether I should have sent that or not. And I will remove it eventually if it still sits there and no one looks at it after 4 hours. And I'm like, yeah, maybe I wasn't supposed to send that. Because who I was then is not who I am today. And that was like 4 hours ago. I changed that much. So, yeah, I do trust my journey. But sometimes in that moment, not everything needs to be said. So, to unblock this, you practice stillness, be present, you trust the process of your journey. So now that take a moment, and which one spoke to any of you? Where in your life do you feel the most resistance right now? And what are you trying to show? And what is it trying to show you, Golden Eagle?
Probably I think the one that spoke to me the most was probably the root chakra. Safety, my foundation. It's that's something that's probably been broken a time or two. So yeah.
That's Jeff Graham. What spoke to you, and where in your life do you feel the most resistant right now, and what is it trying to show you?
I don't know. Trying to think of one that may be unbalanced. I guess the stomach area, not the root, not the solar plexus, whatever the stomach area is. I guess
Sacrum?
that one. Yeah, the sacrum, I guess that one, because it do be sometimes when I think about stuff and I feel that nervousness, that jitter in my stomach or whatever. And like actually that's a test to prove if your words really mean it to your body or whatever. Like the test is to put your hand on your stomach, put your right hand on your stomach, put your left hand on your chest area and start affirmation things. When you feel that nervousness in your stomach, that's the affirmation that your body doesn't believe yet. So when I do that maybe once or twice a week or whatever, and I start focusing on that little nervousness. My nervousness for some reason is money. Like I'll be like, boy, I'm gonna make $1 million before 2 years over with, and I feel that nervousness. Like, no, you ain't. I'm like, oh, okay, I need to work on that. My body don't believe what I'm saying. Whatever, my body used to being barely making it or whatever. Like, nah, we got to get ahead of this or whatever. So I'm still in my journey. I'm trusting it. I'm enjoying it, but I'm being intentional because I know that unintentionally by me, people intentionally killed things in me. So I have to be intentional on waking it back up.
I can receive that. I can receive that a lot. How about you, Kendall Cobb? Where in your life do you feel the most resistance right now, and what is it trying to show you? For me, the most resistant right now, I think, because I trust everything. I have faith blindfolded. I trust everything completely. I don't feel that I have no resistance, honestly, right now. I don't. I'm ready to soar to whatever it may be. With me removing something is because I don't want to put nothing negative out into the universe that's not of me. Bradley was talking about magnetic coherency, and it's about aligning your thoughts with your actions and then keep staying in that mindset to be able to receive and not allowing other things to come in. And so when I remove something, a word or however I said, it's not because I was doubting. I just felt that that moment I was overly expressing that didn't need to be expressed, because what's understood don't need to be explained in certain situations. So I wasn't really I'm not that person because I'm trying to align myself to be able to receive. Um are you honoring what you feel in your body, or are you still trying to think your way through it? Golden Eagle, you did that.
I think I'm honoring what I feel in my body. I guess maybe it's a little bit of both too, because I definitely try and think my way through everything, you know. But I definitely I'm definitely more in tune with what I'm feeling, you know, my intuition or my spirit, what my spirit says, you know. I'm getting better at hearing that. So yeah, I might be in between on that too.
Okay. SGF Graham, are you honoring what you feel in your body, or are you still trying to think your way through it?
Um, hmm. I'm a thinker, so I feel like even with honoring it, I'm still gonna think about it. Like I've been working on myself with that or whatever. Like when I start questioning stuff, like, Darren, stop it. You doubting your manifestation right now or whatever. I'm like, no, I'm making sure my feelings are in check. And I don't be I'm trying to put my human, no, I'm doing this because I don't want to humanly feel this way if it don't happen or whatever. And I'm like, yeah, but you're still showing the universe, God, whatever you want to say, you're not trusting it because you're questioning everything that you just said you desire. Well, so that's something that I'm working on within myself, or whatever the questioning part, because like I said, I unintentionally let people intentionally destroy things in me. So it's like I don't even some thoughts, especially if it's a random thought, like I wasn't thinking of it and it just randomly pop in my head, I got a million questions for it instead of doing it. And I feel like that I killed a lot of paths that could have been successful in my past because of all the questioning. Because usually, if you got a lot of questions, you're gonna wind up talking yourself out of whatever it is you just came up with or thought about, or the journey came up with. Like I always talk my like it'd be such a great idea, and then 10 minutes thinking into it, nah, I'm tripping. I ain't doing it. You know, well, like I talked myself out of it. Then 2 years later, I'll run into somebody that just became crazy successful with the same thing, and I just got to eat it. Like, oh, why didn't I do it? You know, so that's still my journey. Trusting them random thoughts that come in.
I'm gonna have to agree with you. First I was thinking, no, I trust my body, but I do trust my body, yet I do talk myself out of things though. And it's because I finally have got all my stuff in one place, and I finally got a place where I'm able to do all the things I want to do, yet I'm not meant to be here. So I will still talk myself into try still making it work to be here, because I'm finally not in the street. I'm finally not on someone's couch. So I do trust myself, but I do talk myself. Yeah, I do overthink it too, and Now I'm gonna just believe with my body because my body been telling me a long time ago, and now I'm just gonna do it. So yeah, it's both for me too. I think that I overthink things way through it, and I'll talk myself out of things that I shouldn't be talking myself out of. I ignored a lot of red flags from the beginning before I even came, let alone while I was here.
Cup
Go
half
ahead.
full. Cup half full. The universe, God also gave you the code of knowing that safety that you just talked about. So the next time you see it, you'll be able to notice that safety, and then the other things that still need to be worked on, you can fine tune that. Well, so I try to find a cup half full and in a lot of
Let,
stuff or whatever.
let,
Like
let, let
that's
me give you
that comfort of sleep has been what y'all don't know the killer of my life in the last 3 years. Whatever, like it took everything to not show that during the times I've been on the podcast.
hmm
Whatever, I actually used to use the podcast to take me from my thoughts of I'm still in this situation.
yeah.
Whatever. So it was more helping me before I decided to help others that could be listening. I was being selfish or whatever. I was like, I'm gonna get on here and sit completely quiet, but I don't even care to say a word. But this is getting me from not thinking about that. Whatever, So, everything works out if you see it or whatever, you saw that comfort that allowed you to stay and deal with what you didn't want to deal with. Now take that comfort, get rid of everything else, replace it, but don't get rid of that comfort. Whatever, I
And
believe in you. I'm not trying to stroke your ego or nothing or whatever. I don't care to stroke the ego. I don't care for none of that. I get weary when people stroke my ego. I be like, what the hell you want or whatever. But but I'm telling you, I believe in you. I believe in you.
I can give you a full cup. Honestly, I'm grateful. I'm grateful for everything. I'm grateful I ignored the red flags. To be honest with you, I am. If I would have trusted myself, though, I wouldn't have. But the thing is, though, I'm grateful I did because I got to see parts of me that I had to fix. Through somebody else, mirroring somebody else, I was able to see what still was with me. Because when we surround ourselves around the people that are just like us, we don't get to see what's wrong with us. But when we surround ourselves around people that trigger us or that rub something within us, then we're able to reflect within ourselves and see, why is that bothering me? What do I have to fix within myself? So I'm grateful. Honestly, I really am, like, completely grateful. I'm tired of moving, but I'm completely grateful at the end of the day because I learned so much about me and I had a safe place to heal. And I can never get that again. Not like that. I can get that again, just not like that, because I will never be that version of her again. So I'm grateful. Kendall Cobb said, there's a reason why I've been isolated to discover myself, realignment with my potentials, my capabilities, etc. It's a time and a season with readjusted situations that taking place. Yeah, I'm proud of you. So, last question, and then we're going to do positive quotes. So, last question. If you were fully aligned, what would you stop holding on to today? Golden Eagle.
Fear.
I love that.
It's not something that I'm that familiar with, but I'm growing to know it, honestly, and it's something that yeah, fear of myself, fear of the possibilities of the future, fear. That's kind of where I think it might even be relevant to that root chakra. So yeah, I would let go of all fear though, recognizing that it's comforting to know that all things that I can leave it in the hands of the universe or in God's hands.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, fear still haunts me sometimes, you know.
I can receive that. SGF Graham, if you were completely fully aligned, what would your body stop holding on to today?
This answer might be because I'm in the process of losing somebody I love a lot. Love. I kind of despise it sometimes because I haven't had nothing nothing I love stay.
Mm.
It's been a hard 4 days for me or whatever, you know, like I don't like this. As much as I love loving them people or loving whatever it is that I love, it never stays. May I gotta stop saying that word because I'm still speaking it into existence, which you know, human mind, I'm not speaking into existence, but I really am. But I'm just speaking actual facts. Like I haven't had it stay yet. Nothing that I put the I love you title on or I love it has stayed. So that's the thing that selfishly, if I could, I don't want to because I love the feeling of love, but I hate the exit of it way more than I love it. The exit of it discourages the hell out of me. So that's the one that I honestly, if I could let go, I would just be an even keel person and just love everybody and hate nobody. That way, nothing. I took nothing personal or whatever. But
I love everything about you, including how much you love and how hard it is to love you. And not because it's hard to love you, you just don't let people in. But when you do, it's a nice place. So I'm grateful.
that's why I don't, because when I do, I'm I'm not gonna let you go. Or whatever, you know, whatever. Once I let you in, I'm not gonna let you go. So I can't let anything in that I need to let go.
I feel that. I feel that. That's reassurance. Kendall Cobb, you, if you're aligned, fully aligned right now, what would you stop holding on to? And I'm not holding on to nothing, honestly, to be real with you. I really am not. I am so grateful. I have such gratitude all the way back for every single thing. I even told DDH today that I'm extremely proud of him. He's a super amazing. I will tremendously love him forever and ever and ever. And I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. I love who he's became, who he is, and who he will be. I'm beyond proud of him. Amazing man. Amazing man. Whatever happens, happens. I love watching him grow. I don't have nothing to let go. I'm pretty centered. I'm pretty aligned. I'm ready. So nothing's holding me back. What's your positive message, Golden Eagle?
Love. I also want to, SGF, man, I just want to remind you of 1 Corinthians chapter 13, verse 4-8. You know, in the end, it says, you know, love never fails. In some translations, love never dies. So just remember that, man. That you ain't never gonna really lose that love, man. Especially that kind of love. It never fails. We as individuals might pass on, but the love never dies, man. So love.
I definitely appreciate that, man. All love back. All love back.
Right on. Love never fails, bro.
So Kendall Cobb says words into actions, holding myself accountable. Yes, that's what she wants to do. She wants to hold herself accountable. I'm proud of your growth, Kendall. I've seen you change tremendously from who you were to who you are, and who you're going to become is such a beautiful adventure. I'm glad I'm a part of it. What's your positive message, Kendall Cobb? And SGF Graham, what is your positive little fa-la-la?
Let me think about this one. Give me a minute. I done went into thinking about my cousin. Give me a minute.
I will. Okay, so I'm gonna tell my positive message. Or Kendall Cobbs first. Kendall Cobbs says, positive message. Look around yourself and look after yourself and your health. Woo! These eyes. I feel you, Kendall. Yeah, look after yourself and your health. My positive message is don't question every single situation. Be in the moment and be grateful for that situation. Because I promise you, there's some people that would love to have that situation. Promise you. Even in your hardest situations, there's somebody saying, man, I wish I could have that as my hard situation. So, and it's the storm is only dark when you're in the middle of it. After you get through it, you're going to be like, well, that was not that bad. All right, SGF Graham.
Hype yourself up. Don't be scared to give yourself your flowers. And don't wait until the person don't wait to give flowers, because this is a give and take world with the whole universe or whatever, and just do that. I'm gonna just leave it at that. Don't give yourself flowers, hype yourself up, and find somebody once a day to give a flower to. It ain't got to be nothing big. Hey, thank you for opening that door for me. It ain't got to be nothing super crazy or whatever. Just give a flower, whatever, physically or mentally, spiritually, whatever. However you feel about it, just give it and give yourself. If you give somebody else one, give yourself two. So don't forget about yourself or whatever. But hype yourself up, give flowers, and give yourself flowers.
Yes, I love that. May everyone's night be full of positive energy and high vibrations. And let me tell you what, go to the reflection golden eagle and I'll do the bridge.
Okay. Reflection. You don't have to force alignment. You notice it because your body already knows what feels right and what doesn't. The question is, are you listening?
So the bridge, now that you can feel where you've been blocked, you recognize what alignment feels like. There's something deeper waiting on the other side of that. Because once the heaviness starts to clear, what returns is something many of us haven't felt in a long time. Not survival, not protection, although something lighter, something free. So Thursday, we're not talking about what blocked anymore. We're stepping into what was always there before the wait, reintroducing ourselves to our whimsy. So, we're the ears that will listen and where your opinion matters. Don't just be different, become the difference. Until next time, thank you everyone for taking time out of your day to heal with us. May your night be full of positive energy and high vibrations filled with peace and love. Peace, peace.
Peace, 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 people.
Peace, peace.
Let's get to the bottom of this one. Unspoken truths that I miss one. Tap into the minds of the people. Rather acknowledge before I dismiss one. Atheists, Muslim, Christians, Buddhists, they all got usage. All got perspective. It's a collective. Get to the bottom where the truth is. Where the heart's uncovered. Where you detox from all of the lies you smothered. Where them tries could have killed you. But with faith you recover. Yup. Peel off the makeup, we finna take off. Never said it'd be a cakewalk. Meditate till we charged up. Execute goes regardless. Decalcify my pineal. Breaking language barriers, we saw millennials. Planets passing age rotations, down me we owe. So down me we know. Sometimes we can't be slow, that's why my ears open. Every drop you add could complete the ocean. Speak up, play your part too. Been vulnerable, it's so